Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The news in full, and we start off with the new cabinet, where 9 new ministers took the oath on Thursday before President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. The ministers included in the reshuffle area Dr. Sahar Abdelmenem Nasr as Minister of Investment and International Cooperation, Dr. Ali Sayed Ali Msalhi as Minister of Supplies and Internal Trade, Dr. Abdelmenem Abdelwadoud Mohammed Al-Banna as Minister of Agriculture and Land Reclamation, Councillor Omar Al-Khattab Marwan Abdullah Arafa as Minister of Parliament's Council Affairs, Dr. Muhammad Hisham Zain Al-Abdin Al-Sharif as Minister of Local Development, Dr. Tariq Galal Shawqi Ahmed Shawqi, Minister of Education and Vocational Education, Dr. Khalid Atif Abdul Ghaffar as Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, Dr. Hala Hilmi Saeed Yunus as Minister of Planning and Administrative Reform, Dr. Hisham Arafat Mahdi as Minister of Transportation. Meanwhile, 5 governors also took the oath of office. Those included governors of Iqalyubiyya, Alexandria, El Bahira, El Daqqahliya, and New Valley. 3 deputies were appointed as the Minister of Agriculture, a deputy for the Minister of Planning and Administrative Reforms.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi met on Thursday with visiting Togolese President Faure Gnassaby. During the meeting, President al-Sisi expressed Egypt's keenness on boosting bilateral relations in all fields. The President called for increasing the volume of trade between the 2 countries. Presidential spokesman Ambassador Ala Youssef said that the Togolese President expressed appreciation for the Egyptian leading role in Africa.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi met on Wednesday visiting UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Guterres' visit is the first since taking office, and the talks cover the situation in the Middle East and coordinating efforts to reach political solutions for the crisis in the region. After the talks, the UN Secretary General held a joint press conference with Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry. Speaking at the press conference, Shoukry wished success for the new UN chief in light of the major challenges facing the world. More details with Nile TV's Linda Abdelatif.
Antonio Guterres at Al Ittihadiyya Palace. During the meeting, President al-Sisi congratulated Guterres for the post of the UN Secretary General and referred to the concern that Egypt has always given to the role played by the UN in enhancing international cooperation on all levels, which reflects Egypt's active participation in the activities of the UN in light of its current membership in the Security Council and for being an active contributor in the different UN peacekeeping process. President al-Sisi also referred to the importance of working on enhancing international efforts to reach political solutions for the crises in the region. Thus, besides increasing the international efforts to fight terrorism and extremism, the President also referred to the importance of exerting more efforts to revive the peace process between the Palestinian and the Israeli sides, stressing that reaching a just and a final solution for the Palestinian issue would provide a new reality in the region and would participate in regaining stability there. President al-Sisi also referred to the efforts exerted by Egypt to reach a solution for the Libyan crisis, stressing that Egypt is keen on not interfering in the internal affairs of the countries, adding that the country is also keen on preserving the unity and integrity of the Libyan territory and its people. For his part, Guterres emphasized that his visit to the country comes within the framework of Egypt being a pivotal pillar of stability and security in the region. And regarding the Syrian crisis, Guterres said that the UN is keen on working on reaching a political settlement that will end the humanitarian suffering of the Syrians. Guterres also emphasized on the importance of enhancing the national reconciliation efforts in Iraq and said that he is looking forward that the current year will witness political solutions in Yemen and Libya. And following the meeting, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry and Guterres held a joint press conference. Speaking at the press conference, Shoukry wished success for the UN chief in light of the major challenges facing the world. Shoukry also highlighted the mediation role played by Egypt to reach consensus between Libyan parties on a political settlement for the crisis in the country and said that Egypt backs efforts by the voice for Syria to reach a settlement for the conflict, adding that Egypt supports dialogue between Syrian government and rebels. And for his part, Guterres held Egypt's leading role in settling crisis in the Middle East and reiterated that there is no alternative to the two-state solution to the Palestinian issue. The UN chief also expressed appreciation to Egypt for hosting a huge number of refugees escaping conflicts in the region without receiving the support of the international community. The meeting of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi with the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres comes within the leading and influential role Egypt plays and within its continuous successful efforts to overcome the challenges facing the region. Linda Abdulatif, Nile TV International.
United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres met with the head of the Arab League in Cairo on Thursday to discuss the most pressing issues in the region. Ahead of their visit, the Arab League issued a statement saying that Guterres replied to a message from Abu Ghait in which he expressed hope to coordinate efforts in dealing with issues related to preserving international peace and security, human rights, fighting terrorism, and good governance. Earlier on the first day of his visit to the UN chief, gave a lecture at Cairo University. In his lecture, Guterres expressed appreciation for Egypt's contribution throughout history, enhancing human knowledge and civilization. He pointed to the youth's role in facing international challenges, on top of which boosting world security and peace amid conflicts. Guterres also noted that the Arab-Israeli conflict is the most dangerous, adding that it can only be settled through the two-state solution.